Alright guys, Hazing here, welcome back to the channel for yet another Dislyte video. So on today's video we're going to be talking about something that I feel like is a major problem within this game right now, and from looking at global chat, which trust me I've had a lot of experience looking at, which we will get into, this seems to be quite a common feeling that seems to be spreading throughout the community. Now I deliberately waited to make this video because I didn't want to come off as a salty crybaby that I hadn't been able to get this unit, okay? But this is basically going to revolve around, more than anyone else, Yishuna, okay? Now, as you guys know, Yishuna is probably one of the most in-demand characters in the game. She's a fantastic support unit. She's obviously free to play. However, you need to get her from something called the Ripple Dimension, okay? Now, I'm going to go in here just now and show you. So obviously this is your Ripple Dimension here, and the way that you do this, we've went over this in another video, is you farm the Ritual Miracle or you farm the Sonic Miracle, okay? Now, me personally, I have probably spent maybe 3,000-4,000 stamina just today alone, and I was able to generate one Ripple Miracle, okay? So what you basically have to do, unfortunately, is you have to get them from chat, okay? So if you look here, funnily enough, one just came up, so you see it there, System Ripple Dimension Leon, okay? But the one you're looking for is Yishuna. So what you have to do is you have to spend most of your time sitting in chat, okay? Now, there is a few problems with that. One of the problems is, Yishuna being a rare, she only gets 20 slots, okay? But you probably have in excess of 100 players sitting waiting for this miracle to appear. So if you do not click that within the first second that it appears, almost as soon as it is visually on your screen, you're not getting in, okay? You're not going to get to do it. And people aren't just taking one copy, they're trying to max this character out, so they're still going. After they get their first copy, they're still going, they're still pushing at it, and they're still trying to get more and more copies, which is obviously making it a bit more difficult for other players to slip in and get her naturally. Now, the issue with that is kind of twofold. One, it's a bit stressful. There's a lot of people who are verbally, or typing anyway, their thoughts to say that they are really disappointed that they need to spend most of the time they're playing the game staring at chat, okay? Now, you can do things to make it a bit less boring, like you can do multi-battle and you can have the chat open while you're grinding in the background, but you're still just constantly sitting staring at global chat. Now, the second problem with that is, unfortunately, if you've spent any time in any of the global chats, you will realise very quickly they can turn into quite a toxic place. I mean, almost regularly every 5 minutes it turns toxic. Someone will say something, before you know it, there's a big rant about some political nonsense or something else. It just becomes absolutely toxic, and it's not the nicest place to actually be in. So the fact that you're being forced to frequent global chat when you maybe have decided, you know what, I don't even want to sit in here, I want to go somewhere else, you don't really have much of a choice. I'm just going into my club so that we don't have to look at global chat too much. But you're being forced to do that because the ripples do not generate enough that you can sustain yourself and your club. Now, myself and my club mates have been farming miracles, and to be honest, I'm the only one that popped a miracle today, and that just goes to show you how bad the spawn rate is on these things. And before long, it's going to have a bit of a detrimental effect on the player base, because we're still only 5 days into the game. Today there was a massive advertising push. There was a big channel who done a sponsored video, MatPat on Game Theory. That video, I think it's already over 1 million views, so chances are that's probably going to bring a lot more players into the game, and those players are going to want the same things as you and I and everyone else, and that is the best support units that you don't have to spend money on. So they're all going to be chasing Yishuna the exact same way as everyone else, so that second you had to click on that ripple when it appeared, it's going to turn into a fraction of a second, and people are just going to get more and more stressed out by it. So they have to do something. This is going to become a problem, and I feel they have to do something to address this. There's a few things that I can think that they can do. They've not said anything about whether or not they're planning to do this, but the things that I think they should do is, first of all, they should up the drop rates on miracles that you can farm yourself, okay? Using over 2, 3, 4,000 stamina and only generating one miracle, it's just not enough. You should not have to be forced to sit in global chat and watch it all day if you do not want to do that. So upping the drop rate on miracles that you can share with your clubmates, etc., that would be one thing that I feel would make the game a little bit more accessible to people who, again, don't want to just sit and stare at a chat all day. They could also do events where they have like drop rate up on a specific miracle, a specific ripple, or even if you farm a specific miracle. Now, people have said to me, if you farm Chronos specifically, you get more drops at Yishuna. I don't actually think that's true, because when I was farming Yishuna, I got a drop in from the Windstriker one. I've heard people saying that they've had a drop in from doing fanfare and stuff like that, and also people have also had their drop in from this one. So I don't really think there's any rhyme or reason behind the whole you should farm Chronos to get more Yishunas. I feel like it's maybe just superstition that's boiled over to people thinking it's an actual fact, but it could well be. Maybe this is your best spot to farm her specifically. But since playing this game, so today I got one Yishuna after 4,000 stamina, and she was the only one I got. But since playing this game, I have only ever had one other, and it was Unki Cha, the old guy with the beard. He was the only other one that dropped, and I run these a lot. I run the Ritual Miracle so that I can get myself some more gold by selling off the equips I don't need. I run Sonic Miracles so that I can get my Ascension materials. I'm definitely doing my bit to get them, and it's just not showing up. Now, the other problem that kind of lies within this is a lot of people don't understand how miracles are generated. They don't understand how the ripples are generated from miracles, and I've literally seen people giving advice of the question is, how do you get a ripple? The next answer is, you sit in chat and they just appear. They don't. That's not what happens, right? People have to be farming. If more people were farming the Ritual Miracle and the Sonic Miracle, then more of these events would appear in chat. Now, I can understand why people might not want to do that, because they might feel like, well, if I'm farming, I'm going to miss these random ones that appear in chat. You can do both. You can do both, and I had to do it to get Yisuna, and to be honest, it was very boring. I just basically had to stare at my phone looking at chat for the last day and a half, which I didn't want to do, and I eventually got in, but it was absolutely hellish. And Yishuna's not even the only character that's in there. You've also got Dahlia, and if you want to be a completionist, you're going to want both of them, and you're going to have to just continue to do this. If you want to get dupes, the only way to get dupes is to continue to do this. So I do feel like Lilith Games are going to have to address this in some way. I don't feel like this is the optimal way to do it, and I'm not quite sure how they can do it other than the two methods that I've mentioned, which would be obviously doing the rate up, or just literally increasing the rates of them dropping from people farming. And if you've got any suggestions, let me know down below. I am in the content creator program, so I can hopefully feed some of this information back. So let me know in the comments down below if you have any ideas other than what I've already suggested. Let me know about your experiences trying to get Yishuna. If you have done it, then congratulations, but I can already tell it was no easy feat, because it is just absolute stressfulness, missing constantly, and then you've got to sit about, wait maybe an hour or more for the next one. So I do feel like this is something they do need to address now rather than later. Again, let me know in the comments down below, and as always, I will catch you on the next Dislyte video, guys. Peace out, and I'll see you later. Bye.